Good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel English Literature. The Last Ride Together by Robert Browning. The Last Ride Together by Robert Browning is one of the most significant and important dramatic monologue by the poet. Now, what is dramatic monologue? Dramatic monologue is a literary form. Dramatic monologue is a literary form where you will find an imagined speaker who is addressing a silent listener. So there will be an imagined speaker and a silent listener, and of course there are we, the reader. So when we'll go through the poem, you will understand the feature of dramatic monologue, how they are inserted in this poem. And it is a long poem and there are so many things we have to discuss, we have to learn. So I just divide the poem in the stanzas and I am going to discuss them one by one. Now stanza 1. In the stanza 1, the rejected lover says that his offer of love has been rejected by his lady love. So Browning's subject matter in The Last Ride Together is highly idealistic, and it is a poem of rejected love. The rejected lover is not like so mean-minded or revengeful, but his hopes are now gone, but he accepts his failure in a spirit of calm resignation. So he is like philosophical. He accepts his failure with calm resignation. He thanks his lady love and asks for a favor. And what is the favor? He only wishes to have a last ride with his beloved. So that is the favor he asked for. Now we will go through the poem. Okay. I said, then dearest, since it is so. Just look at the opening of the poem. How the poem opens, like conversation style. The poem opens with a conversation style. I. Who is I? The rejected lover is a speaker. So I is an imaginary lover and it refers to the rejected lover through whom the poet is speaking here. So I is the rejected lover through whom the poet speaks. Then dearest. So the very use of the word then, it is some kind of continuation, that some conversation was going on and now the lover is concluding the conversation. Then, so as I cannot have your love, so he is going to propose something else. So the use of the very word then just add the sincerity of the conversation, the ongoing conversation. Okay. Since, dearest, since it is so. Since it is so means since you cannot love me. Since it is so, this refers to that since you cannot love me. He is addressing his beloved as dearest, and since this happened like that his beloved is no longer able to love him, so since it is so, and since now at length my fate I know. You can find the repetition of since. You will find this repetition of since in every line. Since This is a poetic device that is called anaphora. Since now at length my fate I know. So I know what is my fate is. What is the fate? The fate of a rejected lover. I know that you will not return my love. You will not reciprocate. So I know my fate. That my love is not going to be reciprocated. So the lover is saying that I know what is in my fate. What is the fate? That is my failure in love. Since nothing all my... So the lover's love is filled. Avails means to be of use. The word avails means to be of use. So he is saying that my love is useless. My love is useless. It has no value. It has not been fulfilled. It has not been reciprocated. So he is feeling very sad, rejected, dejected. That since the lover fails to get her love, what happens? Since all my life seemed meant for fail. So as his love is not reciprocated, he thinks that his life is also failed. As his love has failed, so he thinks that his life is also. For him, life means love. So when love is failed, so life is also failed. So as his love has not been reciprocated or fulfilled, so life has become meaningless. Since this was written and needs must be. So in this line we find, okay, let me number the line, then I'll 1, 2, 3, 4. In line 4 we find the only ambition of the lover in his life was to get her love, and now as the love is rejected, so his life has no meaning. In number 5, again the repetition of since this was written. So this was written means this was fixed. We cannot change it. Means it is written by fate. Written by fate means decided. Actually it is mean decided by fate. What is decided by fate? That it is decided by fate that I cannot, my love cannot be, will not be reciprocated. So it is decreed, it is decided by fate that this is written in my fate that my love will not be reciprocated. And needs must be, mean must necessarily happen. So as it is written in my fate, as it is written, or you can say decreed in my fate, I am writing from the perspective of the speaker. That's why I use the word mine. So you can just understand more clearly. As it is written by decreed in my fate, so it must happen. No one can change what is written in my fate. So actually the rejected lover calmly resigns himself to his lot. Resign himself to his lot or fate. He resigned that it is inevitable. As it is written, so it needs must be. This means this refers to the inevitability. This refers to the inevitability of his fate, that it is going to happen as it is written in my fate. So he just accepts this rejection with a calm resignation. My whole heart rises up to bliss. So till now we find the rejected lover wallowing in sorrow, but with dignity. And now another aspect of his character is focused, and this is more somber and this is more blissful, more idealistic. My whole heart rises up to bliss. So even if he is rejected, he is not dejected. His heart rises above all passions of resentment or bitterness, whatever we say, or despair, and blesses her in pride and thoughtfulness. That see, whatever happens in his life, he accepts that with dignity. So my whole heart rises up to bliss. So he is going to bless her. Why he is going to bless her? So a manly note is struck here. The lover has been rejected by the lady love, but the lover is not angry with her. He does not bear any ill will against her. Just keep this point in mind, that he does not bear any ill will against her. Okay. Though he is rejected, he is not rejected. He is rejected, but not dejected. His heart rises above all bitterness. So heart rises. So his heart rises above all resentment or bitterness, whatever you can say. And with a blessing. What is the blessing? Your name in pride and thankfulness. You note down this pride and thankfulness. So he is rather proud and he is going to thank her. Why? Because the lady gave him an opportunity to love her. So he is proud and he is grateful. Why? Because the lady gave him an opportunity to love her. So he is grateful for the privilege. So his love is not reciprocated, but even then he is grateful, because even the love is not reciprocated, he got the opportunity to love her only for that. So you can imagine that how idealistic the lover or the speaker of Browning's poem is. You can say that it is not realistic, but you must admit that it is highly idealistic. So the rejected lover faces his failure with a manly vigor and a lofty ideal. It is a general feature of Browning's lovers. I am not talking about, of course, Porphyria's lover. Okay. So the rejected lover faces his failure with a manly vigor and lofty ideal. I am actually writing these notes because I feel that when we are going to answer some related question, then these notes can help you to make a better note. So, and again, now why in pride and why in thankfulness? So, why in pride? For pride, I am writing here. Why pride? For the privilege of loving her. And now why thankfulness? For the experience of loving her, for the experience of loving her and her company. So why pride and why thankfulness? You will find that your name. So whose name? The name of the lady love. So the speaker is saying that His heart rises above all passions of resentment or bitterness or despair at the rejection, and blesses the beloved in pride and gratitude. As he loved the girl, he loved the lady, that is the opportunity for him. Take back the hope that you gave. Take back the hope you gave. So once you gave me hope. So what is the hope? The hope is actually refers to the promise of love. The hope refers to the promise of love. Now he is saying that one day the lady gave him hope. But now that hope is taken, is no more. The hope is no more. So one day the lady gave him hope by the promise of love. But now the hope is taken. Take back. So who take back? The lady love takes back the hope that she once gave to the lover. Now she takes back the hope. So now I claim, as the lady love has made him hope one day, and he would love him, but now he no longer has any such hope. So his only claim. What is the claim? We'll find in next line. The claim is that only a memory of the sin. So the lover, the rejected lover, is asking, claiming for a memory. He desires the last ride, we'll find in next line, as a token of recollecting the past. That hope that he once given. So the memory, he is asking for a memory. She may take back the hope that she once raised in his heart, but she cannot possibly take away the memory. The lover does not blame the lady for rejecting him. Rather, he gladly allows her to take back the hope she gave once. But now he is claiming. Claiming means asking the favor. That he wants something to remember that at once they were lovers. So he is asking for a memory of the same. What does the word mean? The word means same. Same means that once when they were lovers together, that situation, the past situation, when they were lovers, they were a couple. But as now there is no hope, he is asking for just a replicate, asking for that past memory, just a fragrance of that past memory. And this beside, if you will not blame, if you do not consider it improper, if you, so he is hesitating. He is hesitating or behaving too much polite, I think. If you do not consider it as improper. So before just claiming the demand, but before asking the permission, before asking for the favor, he is just behaving too much humble. And this beside, and in addition to this memory. So you have already given me the memory. This past memory I have with that, but I am asking for another favor. And this beside means in addition to this memory. So you have rejected my love, but you cannot take back that memory that we have together. And now beside this memory, I want something else. If you will not blame, if you are not angry, if you do not consider it as improper, if you do not object, I like to have one more favor from you. And what is that? Do you find something? Here he said, I claim. So what is the claim? You will find in next line. So there is suspense is going on. And again, if you will not blame, so what for? She may blame. That is, you live for one more last ride with me. Your leave. Here your leave means your permission. Here the word leave means permission. So if you are not angry with me, then I want to just make a strange request to you that we should then go for a last ride. So we can find that Browning's lover does not part in hatred and bitterness. Failure cannot depress his soul. He accepts his failure with a calm resignation and just asking for a last ride, a happy memory again. Now you live for one last ride together. If you do not consider it improper, I asking for a permission that I want to go for a last ride with you, and that will be my memory. So it is a wonderful poem, and we will discuss it stanza after stanza, because I feel that if I talk the whole poem at a time, I cannot discuss the whole poem at a time, because there are so many things in each and every line. The rejected lover says that he is not sorry for his disappointment in love. He accepts his failure in a spirit of calm resignation. He only wishes to have a last ride with a lady love. So, only wish for a last ride. Okay, so today we complete the first stanza, and if we read in this way, then whatever question will be there from this stanza, you can answer them, I think. Now, next day we will read the last ride together, stanza number